Joy and the Phobius.
And the Badang,
And the Badang. Everybody who wants to initiate, you get rooted up in the roots.
So if you want to talk about that, the front control, no Hylas, no Garokacha. I mean, the Valric is one of the only heroes tanky enough to just stand there and take that punishment.
Oh man, but it's in XP. It's not that roll Beleric that we saw at M6. I guess we're just gonna have to figure out what Coach Abil is cooking. What do you guys think? Is it EVOS or is it NAVI? Because we're getting into the final match of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, into the ladder time we go. Here it is.
All right, let's go. For the second match of the day, the Beleric pick. This gives me, you know, it is very reminiscent of, you know, when M6 was on the corner, they picked up the Beleric to play against the Joy. It was basically the Tigreal a few moments back, but now the Beleric. It's going to be interesting to see how EVOS will operate behind this Beleric.
Indeed. In theory, the idea has always been to use this Beleric to just zone the whole team. Move the Beleric slowly but surely forward, let him heal up and, you know, deal some damage back with the passive, and then use that control in order to get something. Now with the chip and the Moskov in the picture, it's looking more like send them the Beleric, and if they take out the Beleric, it's going to take so much time that Key on the chip and Erlan on the Moskov should be able to try and get something done, get a SOD or a shortcut play before the Beleric gets taken out. And looking at the emblems right here, this aggressive mid lane brawl from both teams. The tenacities on 3 members for EVOS kind of abuse the change here. No longer does it do damage reduction, it gives you flat stats when you're below 50% HP. So for the Beleric and the chip, it's a great option for sure. And that's a pull yourself together for Suelo on the Valentina. So I expect all the playmaking tools in the game. Cars going for full tankiness as well. So a lack of sustain built into his kit. Relying only on the Brace Might, and X-Magic with the Inspire now, with the mana. But look at this talent prediction.
It's all EVOS here, all blue. Only, heck, usually we see one guy go for Navi or the other team. So far, only one guy gave them a single game. Lim Kocho has given Navi the one game win. Aether's walking up over the key.
So
no initiations yet.
Gonna be fine, of course. The shield that the chip does have, Reggie as well walking close. Turtle next on the menu for both teams. Suelo has the RWM stolen for him, but Key getting so low with the Void Crystal as well. Reggie jumps into the fray. RWM with the Ratha Dryad being popped up. Albert steals, or rather secures the Turtle SOD, misses. And Navi, they want to disengage. EVOS, they are satisfied with what they're able to get.
Yeah, for EVOS, it's an all-win in the Turtle. Very good maneuvers though from Navi to actually back away. It's oh, he almost shocked me there. I thought he was gonna flicker in. Had to hold my breath for Shive. Great read there to actually stop it.
Wouldn't be surprised if Key makes a moment like that. But this is a weird situation to be in. Key not really having the quote-unquote big moment engage. I think Reggie actually has more to do. EVOS are playing the reactive style right here. What? Essentially sending... Ooh.
Whoa! Oh my lord.
Just
there
like that.
The TP.
They just trusted Key's call. That could have been bad. Hey, okay, I mean, I understand you want to trust your captain. But like, oh, Key
flickers away defensively as well. As Erlan pops the SOD. Might want to move forward. But no, of course, defensiveness is all in his mind.
Great body block, stopping the cannon minion from being taken, so
yeah,
they've denied Erlan of a cannon minion in the gold lane.
It's not a massive deal, but the gold lane, every bit counts for sure. Right now, due to all the efforts, Shiva is leading, but only by 100 gold, so the game is very much even. Navi successfully staving off the first shortcut play. I think that's something that EVOS can read into, right? See how they react to shortcuts. Look at Navi absolutely respecting the potential there. If EVOS aren't careful though, like you mentioned, Mirko, they can kind of tunnel into a portal and then get stuck with a big engage coming in from the Phobius or the Badang. So they gotta be a bit careful with that. The calls on when and where to teleport has to be very clear for EVOS.
You can definitely see the gamble from Shiva to actually go for the flicker instead of a safe purified to just escape the crash course.
Yeah.
He'll have to be very on point with, when he decides to flicker out. Navi, right now controlling the turtle first, but Reggie's quick to answer there. X-Magic, it's actually a full Navi setup for now.
All 4 players bar Sive On bottom as well, zoned by Erlan. Erlan can always join the fight, but the RWM pop. Reggie still trying to look for angles for the Wrath of Dryad. Very low, the Turtle, and Albert again just secures it for EVOS, and the first blood as well. Hanafi falls, and EVOS bring home all the glory for them.
It took a while for EVOS to scratch their way to first blood, but now Sway low!
Like he never left.
Like he left, because it's almost personal. This is my replacement.
Oh man,
Next Magic.
Sway low and actually styling on Navi right now. But yeah, that was a creative approach there with Key going for the flank. And even though Reggie didn't actually land the Wrath of the Dryad onto Aether, it's enough to just push him away far enough for EVOS to very comfortably get that neutral objective. And I think soon, if this dominance continues for EVOS, they're going to start moving into the jungle of Navi. Because as long as Reggie isn't really shut down, he just keeps getting tankier and tankier, they can just stand there and actually be such a menacing presence. He's rushed the Radiant Armor as well right now. So against X-Magic and Aether, I think he's more than enough tankability for EVOS right now.
I think the big concern for Na'Vi now is the fact that Cars and Aether have been neutralized completely. If they want to jump in, they're going to be caught in the Wrath of the Dryad.
Oh, this! Of course, the shortcut as well, popped. And Na'Vi, they scramble around. This purple buff conceded. All in the hands of EVOS. However, Erlan, down bottom, will be fine.
Yeah. The thing is, right, those two are neutralized, so what do you do at this point? You have to play for Shive and X-Magic. They go on Key.
Key very low, fist crack, and Key has to flick her back. Of course, backup arrives, but what do they do now? Not for long will they be aggressive. EVOS pull back.
As you mentioned that though, I mean, Shiva has a bigger gold advantage. He's taken the turret on the bottom side as well. But as a result, you see EVOS have control everywhere else. The fact is that Hanafi has been in the bottom lane so often right now, trying to make sure that their gold laner has a fighting chance at least. Now with the third turtle creeping up, Navi has a limited time, man. Once the new lords come in, they're gonna be forced to indulge in these fights.
Will this be a perfect objective? RWM opened as well. Key has to go back, but Tive gets the kill towards Key. And now, Navi, they are up one player. Turtle going very low. Hanafi looks for the engage. The fist crack open towards EVOS, but they're so tanky. Albert with the blast doesn't connect, and he has to fall. The Wrath of Dryad might be too late as Aether is able to steal the turtle, or rather the retribution as well, and Tive gets Reggie, and Navi, they're rolling deep towards EVOS territory.
And X-Magic is throwing back that shade to Sway low, now recalling on his teammates' corpse. Shiva and X-Magic, you play for the poke, and then Aether comes in.
That's unfortunate for EVOS, man. They wanted Erlan in that fight, and if he landed the SOD, that could be 2 or 3 kills to his name and the neutral objective, but it doesn't land. Navi did a great job moving away from it. Call it luck, call it predictions, but they're able to actually get the fight. But look at this.
Oh, this is unfair. Cars. Feels personal.
Oh man, it ain't personal, it's just business, says Key. Aether though, knows there's no Wrath of Dryad. Actually, it wasn't used earlier.
Oh, the damage is insane. Swalo chips down to half HP, so does Reggie. They're gonna be fine.
The macro play still available for EVOS. If they don't get the neutral objectives, they can always just play for the Moskov and the chip.
You're saying Key has a bit of a sentry right there. A bit of a dangerous sentry because he can call the rest of the team back, but no. Gets out of that engagement. Free turret for the side of EVOS. They're using this macro advantage really, really well, man. Pressuring everywhere at the same time. Because they know, I mean, they have the Belleric that's kind of immobile. Just send him in the mid lane and let him come into the TP whenever necessary. He's not really limited by the lack of mobility tool.
Yeah, the only dive that they have or initiator is, well, technically Albert, but I don't think he wants to be initiating with the full damage builds just right now. Key is their only initiation tool, and the initiation isn't like a big stun. It's more of like a TP and, ha, we got you, gap closer.
Well, with a Lucas in the jungle, with a Valentina, getting up close and personal like that has a lot of benefits. And look at Navi here. They're just corralling around Shive. Their hope for this game to go into that late game. And it's working out okay. The turret-wise at least, it's still somewhat equal. But here's just where the big fight happens, man. The Lord is so much more important right now. And EVOS and NAVI both can't waste this moment.
They're just funneling all their gold to Shive. If you've noticed, even the green camps have been given over to Shive. Funneling for Shive, waiting for Shive to carry the game and to get his power spikes. He's on the way to a Melphic gun, and certainly... Okay, there you go. Perfect. Melphic gun achieved. So has the 3-item power spike of Erlan. It's been taken, and again, Shive again, right? Look, green caps all going to Shive.
Holy Trinity. Oh, Key from the back! Is able to stun one player, but the fist crack is there. Wrath of Zion as well. Just taunts them together. Albert pounces forward. The SOD! Erlan from the back! Able to get one kill, but not yet. As Albert wants to advance further, but Swaylo will pick up the kill towards Ether. Albert survives with a sliver of HP.
1 HP, just a tickle away from getting taken out. You can see the shove from the base threat. Key utilizing it to actually get back to the Lord.
Well, hang on a second. Erlan now trying to take the Lord from under Navi's noses, and the team is zoning. No jungle, no problem right there. That was a great fight by EVOS, man. No big crowd control, no problem. When it comes in as decisively as that, that's just how EVOS is gonna win this game, man. The chip threat is just way too difficult for Navi to kind of see through, especially with Reggie up close and personal right in front of their faces.
With Erlan attacking from different angles too, that front to back just collapses. So we saw the win condition in Turtle 2, it was, or Turtle 3, sorry. They played around the neutral objective, played it with their range, Shiva and X-Magic, and they avoided the Spear of Destruction. If the SOD lands, that's what you can expect. That angle, X-Magic poked down. And look at the cut, SOD connecting to, that's a free turret.
Yeah, when Erlan arrives at the crime scene to add insult to injury, Swaylo with the Blood Wings as well. Defensive stat for him to play a bit more passive as well.
I mean, it's also a lot of aggressive possibilities as well with the extra shielding. He can get in deeper into the fight, and technically with the movement speed boost, when the shield gets broken, he can move forward too. Not all defensive.
Right charge. Seal play by Key, still holding to that turret. NAVI, RWM popped as well to just poke them back to their base, but the fist crack connects, and Key has to bite the bullet for EVOS in that siege.
I think that's still a successful siege though. They lose their hamster in a robot suit, but they get a base turret.
The base turret's definitely value right there. It's not on the side where the Lord is, it's not on the side opposite of where the Lord is, but when you have a chip, when you have a Moskov, it doesn't really matter, right? Which side of the map the base turret is on. Technically, now there's more chance for EVOS to threaten to take that extra base turret in the next engagement, in the next 75 seconds or so. So EVOS, they just keep doing what they're doing right now, pressuring and looking for moments with the chip.
So what do you even have to do, Key? Oh, okay, doesn't go for it, but what do you have to do if you're Navi? That was a stolen purple buff too, by the way. Aether didn't get it. And again, Hanafi, Cars, Aether, they have all been neutralized just by the Belleric. They can't dive.
I mean, they just have to make sure that they play it reactively, and they kind of make sure that the moment Erlan jumps in, they gotta punish him. Although now Erlan has the Wind of Nature, so even doing that is gonna be a bit more difficult. It's all about timing here. Whoever jumps in, they have to make sure they don't really tunnel on bursting down the Belleric or the Chip or the Lucas, right? They have to make sure that they have their sights on Erlan. Because the longer we get into in this game, whichever gold laner survives actually wins it out. So even if Navi and EVOS trade, let's say 2 members for Erlan's life there, as long as that allows Shive to actually stay in the back and output that damage, they can win these fights.
So they need to play a clean front to back, like a really clean front to back.
A difficult execution.
Yeah.
That's exactly what EVOS has forced them on, because they deny all the big combos.
It's more like, it almost seems impossible over difficult, right? Because there's an SOD, there's a Lucas and a Chip on top of that, where, again, he can teleport from anywhere on the map. It doesn't need to be in his, what's a checkpoint anymore. Call it a checkpoint. And they have macro control, complete macro control. Even if they don't, let's say Erlan misses his SOD, there's a shortcut to bring him in. He has a safety net. That's unfair. You already have a global ult, you have a safety net that's global too.
A lot of safeguards. Just a lot of safeguards for EVOS as Key, look at that, takes The wrap
no.
around towards Cars. He might be the victim. But the Flicker defensively, he wants to aggress back to the fighting scene as the RWM popped as well. The Lord getting so low. Cars denied of a possible steal as Erland now comes and Albert will steal, or rather secure the Lord as now CV marches forward. This might be the turnaround where Navi is looking for. Reggie goes very low. Immortality popped in Hanafi will secure that last piece of puzzle.
In that team fight, Erland missed the crucial SOD that would have sent him to the back line. They still got the Lord, but is this a win for Navi?
At this point, they'll take anything they can get. Now with the Lord up, there's a window here that Navi can go and clear it before Reggie and Albert are in the picture. And that's a massive opportunity right here. I think Navi has to try and make something out of it, but you can see Key immediately positioned there to take advantage, to capitalize on any kind of movement from Navi. So they're playing it safe. They're waiting for the Lord to actually get to their base instead of heading out to approach it. And that means that the team is going to be available here. Remember, with the shortcut play, Reggie and Albert are a portal away. Key?
Oh, shortcut the middle, shortcut pop. Reggie as well stunned, locked in place. Hanafi has to go back. The poke from Erland is insane, and Cars again just falling down. His X-Magic still stationary in his place as the Lord cut down. EVOS plans foiled.
It ended up working out for Navi. I thought for sure they would actually try to hold in the wave in the bottom lane so that the Lord would just shove in, but instead they shoved it, and it gave a chance for Key to make a play like that, to come in with a shortcut and to give everybody a chance to come back and fight. Aether should be able to deal with this wave together with the Yeve. Key again is looking for a shortcut. It's back up on cooldown super quick.
That's a fleeting time doing work, man. Anytime EVOS are able to get even a kill, even an assist onto Key, every single bit will just allow him to reset and do the play even more. So the fact that the chip is the only engage tool for EVOS, they're absolutely recognizing that. And looking at the items built by Key, it's not about tanking, it's about surviving the initial burst. Athena into fleeting time, into the Twilight armor as well. It's all about making sure that initially at least, he's gonna survive long enough.
Rose gold for Erland. Hanafi stiffen out the hamster in a robot suit. Key will be forced to back away, but I feel like EVOS have not been able to utilize this macro control as much, right? Like they've been going in with the shortcuts as a commitment tool. They have a Lord, they have a wave pushing up top, but they don't use the wave up top. They just go for the initiation.
Yeah, the wave, I'd say, is basically their bargaining chip to be able to, again, just contest the objectives, win out the jungle, territories as well. They have so much control over the map so far, and Navi are just sitting ducks waiting for them to engage either in a Lord take or in that base siege.
Both gold laners barefoot already, by the way. They've gone full items, no boots. And just like Onyx.
And they both have the win of nature as well. So, big moments in the next fight for sure. Again, Key was always setting up. Now Erland actually sticking with the team, possibly bursting down this Lord.
Yeah, Moskov can shred the Lord so fast. Aether, again, putting on his running shoes, wanting to run a marathon against EVOS, in which they want to play the long game over and over again. Key up top is trying to again shove the minion, usher them into the base as Aether pops the electrifying beats. A little bit premature, I'd say. But the Lord resets back. Key comes from the back, and there he goes with his buddies, his best buddies. SOW connects, rather SOD, but no, EVOS, they don't want to take that hitchhike ride. Key from the back as well. Erland still dancing. Key stuck in that rock, but Reggie comes with the ultimate. Aether unable to move, but still able to run as Albert will eat him from the inside. Erland again with the damage. So much damage in the back though. Sive taken down alongside his teammates. It's just Hanafi having to defend his base. He will be past tense.
Just collapsed on, dominated in that team fight. EVOS wanted a brawl and they roared into the scene.
Oh man, with all the macro tools, EVOS still take it onto their own hands to go for the fights, to go for the engages there. Navi tried their best to weather the storm, but at that point, there was just too much momentum behind EVOS, and they just got steamrolled right over.
Well played to Key again, finding the angle finally. I think at first he was like, all right, there's a slow push here, not dealing with it, maybe I could shortcut.